Let's create some more programs using arrays. To understand about arrays syntax and implementation of the same in Java, I've already covered in the previous 3 videos. So you can go to my channel. Under the playlist Java Tutorials for Beginners, you will find the video numbers 32, 33, 34. If you already know about the arrays and syntax of the same in Java, then you can go ahead and watch this video. So let's get started and create few programs using arrays and understand few very important things or small mistakes that we usually tend to do. So open your BlueJ and we'll create an array. So we already know that a variable declared with a square bracket symbolizes it's an array. Size is 5 because I am taking 5 values from the arrays. Again a loop. I ask the user to enter the value. You can see I've just added this code. This actually tells the user which value he or she is entering. So enter value I is 0, 0 plus 1, that is enter value 1. So if I compile and execute and show you, you can see it prints enter value 1. Then enter value 2, that is the second value. Then the third value, then the fourth value and the fifth value. So I know that how many values I have entered and it becomes a bit user friendly. So just for that I have added this particular statement. Now the first program that we are going to do is we are going to find the minimum and maximum of the values in the arrays. So for example, the user enters the value as 21794. We know that the maximum is 9 and the minimum is 1. But how do you find that, or how do you write the logic for the same in Java? We'll take a variable max and store the first value in this variable. So the first value from the array is 2. So the max is 2. Now we are going to compare because we have to find the maximum. That means if there is any value higher than the value in the max, your max should store the next higher value. So we'll compare if the value in the max, that is 2, if it is less than the next value, that is 1, which is not, will do nothing. Again the value in the max is 2. We'll compare with the next value now, which is 7. Is max, that is 2, less than 7? Yes, then the max should be 7. Now the value in the max is 7. Compare with the next value in the array, that is 9. Because the value 7 is indeed less than 9, true, the value in the max is 9. We'll again compare the value in the max, that is 9, with the next value, that is 4. Because 9 is not less than 4, we got the maximum value, that is 9. So to implement this, we'll again have our loop. Now this time the loop will start from 1 because we are already storing the first value in the variable max. So we'll say max is equals to numbers of 0. So the max has the first value. We'll start comparing with the next value. So we'll say if max is less than numbers of I only, then max is equals to numbers of I. And this loop completes. Now we'll just print max. So let's compile, execute and see. We enter the values 7. So you can see the max is 9. Now the same program we can write it for the minimum. The only difference is this time because we compare for the maximum, so we say value in the max should be less than the next value. For minimum the sign changes from less than to greater than. Try it on yourself and then go ahead and look at my solution. So again the min variable, the first value initialized to 0, and this time we'll have the same thing, just with the differences. We'll check if the value in the min, that is 2, if it is greater than the next value, in that case your min should be the next lower value. Min. So let's go ahead, execute, and the last value 45. So you can see maximum is 78 and the minimum is 12. Next program is we are going to print all the values which are prime from the arrays. We already know how to find whether a number is prime or not. If in case you don't know, The link for the same is provided in the description, as I've already covered the same in another video. So to find whether a number is prime or not, we'll again have to start iterating over the array. So we'll say, but this time we'll iterate again from 0. We get the first value, so we'll say int value is equals to numbers of I. So imagine in the array, so we'll just have a dummy array and it consists of values 23, 2, 14, 56, 7. So we know 23 is prime, 2 is prime and 7 is prime. So the first value that comes over here is 23. We have to find whether 23 is prime or not. So the normal prime number logic will have a count variable initialized to 0. We'll have a loop which starts from 1, which goes till the value, and we'll check if the value is divisible by j. In that case, we'll say C++. We'll increment the count. So once this completes, we'll also have to check if the value of count is 2. So mind it, if I don't put the curly braces, it is okay, but it is this way. And we'll then check if C is equals to 2, that means it's a prime number. So we'll print numbers of I. Okay, now this part is very important because see, first value is 23. For the first value 3, I iterate, my count starts from 0. 23 divisible by 1 true, count becomes 1. 23 is divisible, now next value, that is 23 only, because it's a prime number. 23 divisible by 23, count becomes 2. I check for the count 2, I print the prime number. Next value is 2. Now my count has to be reinitialized to 0 for the next value in the array. So remember, for checking for every value in the arrays, the count has to be initialized again back to 0. And this part is very important. You will not have this declaration before this for loop. It has to be inside the for loop, because for every new value, the count has to be reinitialized to 0 to check for whether the new value is a prime or not. Compile, execute. So you can see 23 and 67 are prime. The last program using arrays is, now this time what we are going to do is, we are going to ask the user to enter the number. Suppose he enters 23, 45, 67, 56 and 123. The program will be, for every number, we have to find the sum of individual digits. That is 2 plus 3 is 5. Then next, it will be 4 plus 5, that is 9. Then 6 plus 7, that is 13. 5 plus 6, that is 11. 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6. So the output should be this way. For every number in the array, we have to find the sum of individual digits. So again the loop starts. We take the first value, that is 23. We have to find the sum of individual digits. So again we'll have a sum initialized to 0. We'll start a loop. So we have to find the sum of individual digits. Again I've already covered finding sum of individual digits in another video. The link for the same is provided in the description for your reference. So we'll say while value not equal to 0, we'll say sum is equals to sum plus value mod 10. We find the remainder, and then value is equals to value by 10, and that's it. And then we'll print the number, and we have to have an arrow sign and then the sum. Okay, again remember over here we have to find the sum of individual digits in a number. 23, 2 plus 3, 5, so sum has to be 0. Then 0 plus 3, that is 3. Next digit is 2. 3 plus 2, that is 5. Again for the next number, that is 45, the sum has to be reinitialized to 0. Only then we'll be able to find sum, that is 4 plus 5 is 9. Otherwise, the previous sum was 5, and if we do not reinitialize the sum to 0, it will say 5 plus 4 plus 5, and we will not get the expected output. So let's execute and see 23, 45, 67, 11 and 78. So you can see maximum is 78, minimum is 11. It prints all the prime numbers in the arrays, and here you can see 23 is 5, 45 9, 67 11 and 78. Now an extended assignment for you guys. I've already shown you how to find the sum of individual digits. What you have to do is, as an assignment, you have to find the sum again of the sum of individual digits. So it should be 5 plus 9 plus 13 plus 11 plus 6, which eventually comes out to 44. If my maths is correct, in that case the sum of this should be 44. So you have to modify this program. We already have seen how to find the sum of individual digits. Again, you have to add that sum, and then you have to get the sum of individual digits in the array. If you are able to solve this assignment, please go ahead and provide in the comment section below your solution. If not, let me know, then I'll provide you with this solution. So with this, we come to an end of this video. Happy learning, take care, and bye-bye.